And so starting at the top of our strength portion with those goblet squats. So holding that weight vertically at our chest. From there, our feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, toes are pointed outwards, and we're squatting down, holding that weight at our chest. And so remember, you can also use a chair for some assistance. So still holding that weight at our chest, you're just squatting down until you feel that chair underneath you and then standing back up again. Good job. Let's do 3 more together. Good work. Now setting those dumbbells to the side, we're going to get into our lunges into a knee drive. So again, starting with our feet directly under our hips like we're on a train track, we're taking a large step back with one of our legs, bringing that knee as close to the floor as we can, standing back up again, and then taking that same leg into a knee drive. And so just repeating through that movement here. Good work. Let's do 2 more together. Good job. Now we're moving into that Arnold press. So you guys stay standing up. I'm just going to come closer to the camera. So starting with our dumbbells in our hands at our shoulders, our palms are facing our body. Then from there, we're pushing those pushing those dumbbells overhead, opening our palms 180 degrees, and then have our palms facing outwards at the top and reversing that on the way down. Good job, everybody. And let's do 2 more together. Good work. And now we're going to move down onto the floor. So starting with those weighted torso rotations. So sitting on the floor, our heels are touching the floor. Then from there, we're taking that dumbbell from opposite side, making sure to rotate at the core. If that's not available to you, then you can sit upright in a chair and do the same motion. Good job. Now we're gonna move into our bird dog. So setting that dumbbell to the side. And remember, bird dogs are on our hands and knees, extending our opposite arm and leg. If that's not available to come down onto your hands and knees, then your alternative exercise is from a seated position. You're going to extend your opposite arm and leg. So taking whichever option works best for you. So whichever option you're taking, I want you to make sure that you're really trying to engage those big core muscles. Good job. Let's do 2 more. Good work. Now our next exercise, we're going to come onto our side here. From here, we have a 90-degree bend in our knees. Then from there, we're lifting that top knee, opening our legs like a little clam. If you wanted it as well, you could throw a weight on top of that top leg to make this a little bit more challenging. If you're not coming down onto the floor today, then we're standing upright and doing those lateral leg lifts. So taking whatever option works best for you, if that's down on the floor or standing upright. Good job. Now we're going to switch sides. Good job. Now we're going to move into our glute bridges. So switching onto our back now. Feet are planted on the floor. From here, arms are at our sides, and we're pushing through our heels to lift our hips up into the air. So when our hips are in the air, there should be a straight line from our knees to our hip joint all the way to our shoulder joint. And if you're not coming down onto the floor today, then doing those standing marches. Good job. And let's do 4 more together. Good work. Now we're standing back up again. To finish off this first round of our strength portion, we're going to do those alternating lateral and front raises. So giving everybody a second to stand up here. So now during these alternating front and lateral raises, we're lifting those dumbbells out to the side, up to our shoulder height, slowly back down, and then out front to our shoulder height and slowly back down again. Good job. Let's do 4 more. And one more. Good work. Now we're starting back up at the top of our strength. So starting with those goblet squats, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed outwards, and we're squatting down, holding that weight at our chest. Good job, everybody. Let's do 3 more together. Good work. Now putting that dumbbell to the side, we're getting ready to go into those lunges again. So starting at the top, feet directly under our hips like we're on train tracks. Taking that big step backwards, bringing that knee as low to the floor as we can, standing back up and getting into that knee drive. Good job, everybody. Let's do 3 more together. And 1 more. Good work. So now we're grabbing our dumbbells, getting into those Arnold presses again. So dumbbells are at our collarbone or our shoulders. Palms are facing our body. Then from there, we're pushing them overhead, opening our palms 180 degrees at the top, then back down again. Remember, try to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed through this one. Good job. Let's do 3 more. Good work, everybody. Now from there, we're getting back down on the floor. So just keeping one of our dumbbells in hand here. We're doing those torso rotations. So you can either do this down on the floor, taking that weight from side to side, or from sitting in a chair, whatever works best for you. So making sure to really use those big core muscles here. Good job. 2 more together. Good work. Now we're getting into those bird dogs. So putting our weights to the side, we're transitioning onto our knees and our hands here and extending that opposite arm and leg. And remember, if that's not available to you down on the floor, then sitting in a chair and extending that opposite arm and leg. So again, whatever option you're taking here, try to make sure that you have some nice posture and using those core muscles. Good job. Let's do 2 more together. Good work. Now we're flipping onto our side here and doing those clam shells. So remember, we're laying on our side, knees are at a 90-degree angle. We're lifting that top knee to open our legs. And if you're not down on the floor, then standing upright, doing those lateral leg lifts. And remember, you can put a weight on top of that top leg if you want some extra resistance. Good job. Let's do 2 more on this side. Good work. Now we're switching to our other side. And again, keeping that 90-degree bend in our knee and lifting that top leg. Good job. Let's do 2 more. Good work. Now we're transitioning onto our back here to get into those glute bridges. So feet are planted on the floor, arms are laid beside us, and we're pushing through our heels to push our hips up into the air until there's a straight line from our knees to our hip joint all the way to our shoulder joints, and then lowering our hips again back down to the earth and just moving through that movement. If you're not comfortable with getting down on the floor today, then doing those standing marches. Good work, everybody. Let's do 3 more together. Good work. Oh, sorry, guys. Excuse me. And then our last movement for our strength here is that alternating lateral and front raises with our dumbbells. So again, moving nice and slow and controlled here. Trying to keep our shoulders nice and down and relaxed. Good work. Let's do 4 more. Good job. So that finishes off our strength portion. Now we're going to move into a quick Tabata. So first movement is going to be our air squats again. So just like those goblet squats, but now without the weights. After that, we're going to do some shoulder taps. So in that plank position, our hands are directly under our shoulders, our body's in a nice straight line, and then we're tapping our opposite shoulder here. So you can do this against the wall, against a countertop, or you can do it down on the floor, whatever works best. Then our next movement is going to be those side bends. So dumbbell in hand, we're leaning towards that dumbbell and then pulling up and through. After that, we're going to do some bent over rows. So holding both of our dumbbells, slight bend at the knees, hinging at the hips like you're taking a bow. Our back is nice and straight here, and then pulling those dumbbells up into our armpits. making sure to squeeze your back muscles at the top. After that, we'll get into some deadlifts. So feet directly under the hips, hinging at those hips to bring those dumbbells down and moving through that movement. And then we'll finish it off with a jog on the spot. So let me set up my Tabata timer. Make sure you can see this here. And so we're starting with those air squats in 3, 2, 1, and start. So remember, air squats, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed outwards. We're squatting down, making sure our knees guide over our toes. Good work. Let me just make sure my volume is up on my phone here. Good job. We're well over halfway through our air squats. Good job. Now we're getting ready to do our shoulder taps. So remember, we're going to start in that plank position. And then tapping our opposite shoulder with our opposite hand. So really making sure to engage your core here. So try to take this nice and slow and controlled. Good job. Now we're going to grab one of our dumbbells and get into those side bends. So holding one dumbbell at our side, and we're leaning towards that dumbbell and pulling up and through. Remember, not leaning forward or backwards. We're leaning like we're stuck between two planes of glass. Good job. Now switch sides. So hold that dumbbell on that other side. Good job. Good work. Now we're getting ready to do those bent over rows. So holding both of our dumbbells in hand now. Starting with our feet directly under our hips. Slight bend in the knees, hinging at the hips and pulling those dumbbells up into our armpits, making sure to keep our back nice and straight as we move through this here. And if that's a little painful on your back, then you can do those standing upright rows. So standing upright, pulling those dumbbells up onto your collarbone, making sure to lead with your elbows. Good job, everybody. Good job. Now our next movement is going to be our deadlifts lift. So keeping our dumbbells in a hand and our feet under our hips. And so starting with those dumbbells at our hips, from there we're hinging at the hips till our dumbbells reach about mid shin, keeping our back flat and then pulling them back up again. Good job, everybody. Also, you want to try to keep those dumbbells as close to your body as you can. Good work. Now getting ready to do our walk on the spot. So you can hold your dumbbells if you want to, or you can go without. And transitioning into that walk or jog on the squat. We're over halfway through, so trying to pick it up a bit here. Good job. Now taking our 1 minute rest before we go through that once more. So grab a drink of water, take a minute to catch your breath. And we're halfway through our rest here. And we've got 10 seconds before we get back into our air squats. So starting with our air squats again. So remember, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed outwards. We're squatting down. As we go down, making sure our knees go over our toes. Try to keep your chest nice and upright here. Good job. Now we're going to get into those shoulder taps again. So remember, taking whatever option works best for you, if that's on the floor, against the wall, or against the countertop. So starting in that plank position with our hands directly under our shoulders, then we're taking our opposite hand and tapping our opposite shoulder. Really trying to work the core and stability muscles here. We're well over halfway through. Good job. Now we're going to grab one of our dumbbells to get ready to do those side bends. So bending towards that side with the dumbbells in and pulling up and through. Remember, pretending our body's stuck between two planes of glass, so we can't move forward or backward, only to the side. And we're halfway through, so switching to our other side now. Good job. Now getting ready to do our bent over rows. So grabbing both of our dumbbells in hand, feet are directly under our hips. And we're starting with a slight bend in the knees, hinge at the hips so our back is nice and flat, and pulling those dumbbells up into our armpits, making sure to squeeze our back muscles at the top. And if that is a little hard on your back, then you can stand upright and do those upright rows, pulling that dumbbell up to your collarbone, leading with your elbows. Good job, 10 seconds left. Good work. Now keeping those dumbbells in hand, getting ready to do our deadlifts. So starting with our feet under our hips again, just like those bent over rows. And we're hinging at the hips to bring those dumbbells down to our mid shin, making sure to keep our back nice and flat and pulling back up again. Good job. Good work. And then our last movement of our workout is going to be our jog on the spot. So starting in about 5 seconds. And jogging on the spot here. And remember, this is our last movement of exercise today. So try to speed it up if you can. We've only got 30 seconds left. And 10 seconds left. Go as fast as you can. And good job, everybody. That is our exercise class for today.